Welcome back to the Wondercat channel. Today we're going to be diving deep into BT7, a pauper set review. BT7 was a box that I'd opened up on the channel a little while ago, and a few people wanted to see some older sets reviews. And I think BT7 has some really interesting cards. So we're going to go over BT7, obviously state my thoughts on it. And I think it's really the set where cards really kind of started developing, becoming at least modern playable. And I already know there's a couple of decent cards in the set. So, yeah, I thought it'd be an interesting one to start off with if we're going to do some older sets. With that, let's get into it with Kapurimon. Your turn while you have a Tamer in play, this Digimon gets 1 KDP. Now, this is a pretty underwhelming egg, to be fair. Your turn. I've always been very hesitant on wanting to use effects that are just your turn plus DP. That being said, it is a red Kapurimon, which is not very. It's a little unique. Most Kapurimons are going to be black. There are a couple of purple ones. And so technically, you can use the new Espimon, like the Liberator Espimon stuff, with this Kapurimon because it digivolves for 0 on Kapurimon in name. So if you wanted to play some really interesting black red or blue red deck, you could use this. But overall, I don't think it's a great egg. We have Bukamon. And inherited during your turn once per turn when you play a Digimon from one of your Digimon's Digivolution cards, gain a memory. This is the egg that we play in our Whales combo deck because we can abuse it. Multiple of these eggs on board. It's just so good, man. You have 2 of these on board and you get 2 memory when you're playing out something because you swing with your King Waymon. It is so big, the amount of value you can get off of this card. The foil copies are quite expensive as well. I think the last time I checked, they were like almost 20 Australian dollars. I think they may have gone down a little bit, but like almost $20 for a pre-release foil is crazy. This card's awesome. I love this Bukamon so much. I love the art. He's got a little Penguinmon they're playing with. Um, yeah, very very solid Digi Egg if you want to play decks that are playing out materials, which a lot of blue pauper decks are going to try and do. So this is a very strong Digi-Egg. Pasurimon, your turn. When this card is trashed due to activating a Digiburst, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1k. It's pretty underwhelming. I love the Pasurimon line. The Rasenmon, I really wish we had a regular Rasenmon as a top end because I love that card as well. And I love the idea of Digiburst as a mechanic, getting rid of your own materials to trigger things and stuff and make effects stronger as a really cool mechanic, trading off your inheritance for, value. Um, but sadly, this effect it's not really super like unless we get another set that revolves around Digiburst. This card is just far too limited in what we can actually play with right now. It could be a lot better in future if we get another Digiburst set, but as it stands, it's pretty lackluster. Koromon BT7. When attacking, reveal the top card of your deck and place it at the top or bottom of your deck. This is only going to get better with like every new Agumon that can just digivolve for free on Koromon specifically. The better this card gets. It's also incredibly strong and green gacha, being able to manipulate the top of your deck, and because our green gacha targets, our level 5s, are both common and uncommons, this is actually very good in that deck as well. We used it as our egg of choice in the Eosmon deck. Overall, I think it's very strong. Both from you can use it very well in competitively constructed, and it's pretty good in pauper. So I do like this Koromon. Doraemon, BT7. Once per turn, when one of your effects places a Digivolution card under this Digimon, draw 1. Again, a very solid egg. I think this is like the de facto Doraemon egg. If you're playing Dorugamon and stuff, unless because I do know the newer ones more so for Chronicle stuff. So if you're playing like older Doru stuff, then you probably play this. But if you're playing like the Chronicle, then obviously the promo Chronicle egg's probably better. This is extremely good in our Ex Machina list because you're always throwing things under with Altea or with your like just putting an X antibody underneath your Doraemon stack. You just get a free card draw. So yeah, very solid egg. Very solid egg. Kokomon, when attacking, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, trash a tamer card among them, place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. I could probably cook with this at the moment. I can't figure out a way. I haven't really thought of a way to make this strong. I can't see a reason where trashing your tamers at the moment is going to be super strong. The new Growlmon actually might make this okay, but like I don't. It's weird. Yeah, this card's kind of weird, at least at the moment for Pauper. Um, we'll have to see in future if I can cook with it, but I don't particularly think it's very strong. Toy Agumon, just a red 2 cost 3k body puppet vaccine. He's got some interesting bits and pieces. So like being vaccine, he is searchable off a yellow Kudamon. Red puppet isn't super great. A lot of the puppet stuff is in yellow. It is a play cost 2 level 3, so if you want to play like a rookie rush deck, I guess that's okay. But he doesn't have an inherited. Kind of lackluster, but I do like Toy Agumons. Like every Toy Agumon card is pretty cool. So yeah, Flamemon, a rare. We've got an alt art rare. Huckmon, inherited, no effect. When attacking once per turn, reveal top 5 cards of your deck. Add all cards with Systemon in their names among them to the hand. Place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. Now, I love the art of this card. A level 3 play cost 4 is not all that great. The when attacking effect is really cool, but the Systemon stuff is all like rare and higher, which is very unfortunate because I'd love to be able to play a Systemon deck. I like the look of the cards. I think the fact that it's more or less a white themed deck, because white decks are very unique in Digimon in their own way. But this card just kind of supports an archetype that we can't play, so not super great right now. Tuskmon, another vanilla inherited. When digivolving, one of your Digimon gets 2k DP for the turn. It's a virus dinosaur. I love the art. Of course I do. It's Koki. 4 cost, 2 cost Digi. When digivolving, no on play. Pretty underwhelming, all things considered. Not a great card. I can't see any reason why I would play it. If you want to play super generic deck, like maybe you could justify playing it, but I don't see any reason why you would want to. Burning Greymon. It's an uncommon. You may digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your red tamers, as if the tamer is a level 3 red Digimon for a memory cost of 2. So it's going to sideways digi for a cost of 1, 6k body, play cost 6. If a card with hybrid in its traits or Takuya Kanbara is in its Digivolution, delete one of your opponent's Digimon 4k or less. It's kind of mediocre. Again, it's got no inherited. I don't think we have a Takuya as an uncommon currently. So you basically have to digivolve sideways for a cost of 1 to delete something 4k or less. We have newer stuff that just on digivolve delete 4k or less. There's no like we don't have to have a specific card underneath it to do that, so it's kind of been power crept. Not super great. Brachiomon, a play cost 7, digi cost 3, 10k body, just vanilla. Again, Koki art, very pretty. I mean, it's a big body for a level 5. It's a very big body. It's a plesiosaur. It's an interesting trait. A lot of I think like most of our Brachiomons are actually in red, and the only cards that search for plesiosaurs are Gomamons from memory. So unless you can go from like a blue deck into a red top end with Brachiomons and like Canondramon, maybe, I don't know. I don't really see this being played. Cool card though. Super rare, super rare. An uncommon, Aldemon. When one of your Digimon with a Tamer card in its Digivolutions digivolves into this card, reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 2. So it's a Digivolve cost of 1 into a level 5 if you've got a Tamer under it, which is pretty cool. When digivolving, if a card with hybrid in its traits is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, gets plus 4k, so it becomes a 12k level 5 for the turn, and 1 cost Digivolution. So very, it's not bad. And your turn, while this Digimon has hybrid or 10 warriors in its traits, it doesn't activate security effects of options as it checks. Again, pretty strong card. Hybrid or 10 warriors. I believe we have a couple of level 6s off the top of my... I think the Volcanic Dramon? I'll flash it up on screen. This might be okay for that. So that's actually not a... I don't remember looking at this card, so that's actually kind of cool. If you can figure out a way to get a tamer underneath it, like if you can go like Owen, if you play like Owens as your red memory setter, digivolve into your level 4s and then digivolve into this for a cheaper cost. You could have an interesting kind of hybrid red deck. Avenge Kidmon. Now, this card is very interesting. It's 11k, 12 play cost, digicost of 3. When playing this card from your hand, reduce its memory cost by 1 for each option card in you and your opponent's trashes. On play, return all cards with the 3 Musketeers in their traits and all option cards from both players' trashes to the bottom of their owner's decks. If 7 or more cards were returned using this effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3 Musketeers in their traits or 8k DP or less. Now, this would be very interesting as a potential top end if you wanted to play with like DP-based removal effects. But it's only an on-play effect, so you can't even stack up to remove with a when digivolving effect. You could play this. I've tried cooking with it. You could play this in a deck that just looks to like self-mill and trash your opponent's deck as well, to try and just dump as many options as possible. A lot of the good 3 Musketeers stuff is unfortunately a rare or higher, so it does make it really hard to want to try and build around this. I might share a list at some point in future if I feel it's worthy or playable, but at the moment I can't build something I like. I've tried building with it. I love the card. It's a Dragonkin, which is actually very relevant type as of late because we've gotten a lot of Dragonkin support. But unfortunately, I just can't build a list that I'm super happy with so far. Emperor Grey, super rare, alt art. We have Castramon, a rare. Agomamon, when played from Digivolution cards, draw 2 on play. We play one of these in our Waymon combo deck because just if it's played from Digivolution, draw 2 is a really cool effect. It's a pot of greed, essentially. If you can swing and just play it out for free, draw 2. That's disgusting. It's absolutely insane. The only unfortunate problem is it has no inherited, and its ability is conditional on being played from materials. So unless you can abuse this, if you're able to swing and play it out for free every single turn, so if you're playing a playset of them and you can somehow swing every turn with them, so maybe with a Regalicusmon deck, and you play a playset of these, and like Yao just throws it under. I don't even know if Yao can throw it under with it being a sea beast. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I was happy with it as a one-off in my Waymon deck, and yeah, it's a cool card. I like it. And we of course have the altar, very pretty. We have Strabimon, which is a rare. Strabi rare. Shellmon common. It's a vanilla mollusk. It's very underwhelming, not super special. Nothing really to see here. Kumamon, BT7 4K, can digivolve onto a tamer for a level as a if it treats as a level 3 blue Digimon. And when digivolving, trash a Digivolution card from the bottom of an opponent's Digimon. It has no inherited. Now, these cards, like Tamer Digivolving Digimon, are actually really cool because they can get around the idea of having like Summoning Sickness, being able to attack on the turn that Digivolved as long as the Tamer has been on the board for at least a turn. So these can make really spicy, like 1 or 2 off inclusions to try and seal out a game. And I ran a couple of these, Arbamon in my green Argo deck, my first pauper deck, because I like the idea of using these. Kumamon's pretty cool. I was kind of playing around with a list a little earlier on in the week for this particular card. Um, we'll have to see if anything comes of it. Kendo Garuru, you may Digivolve from your hand onto a Tamer, level 3, yada yada, Digivolve sideways. If it's got a hybrid or Koji, gains jamming for the turn. Again, it's no inherited. It's kind of okay, I guess. I'm not super impressed with the card. It's okay. It's nothing really to say much here. We have Korikakumon. Now, interestingly enough, I didn't realize we had this particular card. I knew we had the Kumamon in BT7. I didn't realize we had a common Korikakumon because I did mention the other day with the Daipenmon that we didn't have one of these in common. So I was mistaken. When digivolving, if a card with hybrid or in its traits are Tomihime, which we unfortunately do not have one in this format, is in this Digivolutions cards, one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards can't attack or block. So, basically, we get a Howling Memory boost between this and the Kumamon, which is quite interesting. So we can, like, Digivolve onto one of our rookies, then Digivolve onto this. So Digi cost of 3 overall for a potential draw 2, strip 1, stop something from attacking or blocking isn't that bad. But yeah, it does open things up a little bit. But again, it kind of depends on what you want to go for here. And I think running 8 level 4s that don't have inheriteds can really slow down the strength of, like, lower the strength of a deck. So you've really got to have a big payoff if you want to play these particular cards. Daipenmon, the uncommon mono blue variation. When digivolving, for each Digimon your opponent has with no Digivolutions, draw 1, and during an opponent's turn, while the card with hybrid is in its traits, is in its materials, none of your opponent's level 3 Digimon can attack. It's an interesting card. Like, it forces your opponent to digivolve up if they want to swing. There aren't a lot of very big, like, aggro threats in the format. You could probably build like a aggro, like 2-cost rookie aggro rush deck maybe, but I don't really see it being all that great. So I don't think this card is particularly strong, even if you were trying to build into a meta or into a, like, if you make play something that is around level 3s. It's, yeah, like, it's a cool effect, but I don't think the card's particularly strong. Again, no inherited, not great. Beowulfmon, similar sort of thing. Digivolve for a cost of 2 if there's a Tamer in its Digivolution line. And you may return a card with hybrid in its traits from this Digimon's Digivolution to your hand to return one of your opponent's level 4 or lower. Trash all its cards. It's a pretty cool effect. This allows you to bounce the vanilla inheritance, which is not bad, to bounce something from their board. Only hitting level 4s, though, is not, like, it's okay, but it's not super great. You'd basically need to have a Digimon, like an egg that gives jamming, or a rookie that has jamming, if you're going to bounce your level 4 variable Digimon. I think it's a bit too, what's the word? Situational to be good. Weguru, super. Waymon, hey, it's your boy Waymon. 8 cost, 7k body, 3k digi. On play level 3 from one of your opponent Digimon's cards as another Digimon without paying its memory cost. If you do, you may place 1 blue Digimon card from your hand at the bottom of one of your Digimon's Digivolution cards. Now, this card's part of my Waymon combo deck, and I love this card. This Waymon's so cool. Not only can you play this for free from your King Waymon, but by playing this for free from your King Waymon, you can then play a rookie art as well. You can then Digivolve. Like this card creates your whole combo, which is just beautiful. I love this card to bits. The fact that it allows you to put any blue Digimon under any of your Digivolutions, into any of your Digimon's Digivolution cards as well, it also is just icing on the cake. I love this card to bits. S tier Waymon card. It is beautiful. I love it so much. So good. And our boy King Waymon, there he is. I didn't even realize he was in BT7 as well. When attacking, you may play a level 3 Digimon card or one Waymon from this Digivolution Digivolution's cards without paying its memory cost. And your turn, when you play a Digimon from one of your Digimon's Digivolution cards, return one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to their hand. Trash all their Digivolution cards. So, yeah. Basically, we swing with our King Waymon, and then we play this one out, and then we play a level 3 out, and then when we play the level 3 out, we shove another Waymon underneath our King Waymon. If we can unsuspend our King Waymon, we attack again, which allows us to play out another Waymon again, which allows us to play out another level 3. It's just value all the way down. This card is amazing. Its only problem is the fact that it's an 11k DP Digimon. Very strong card. Love it. Love it a bit. Super rare Harrismon, unfortunately. One of my favorite card arts of all time. I love this Harrismon. Very cute. Boltmon, common. Digicost is 0. When attacking, if you have 3 security cards specifically, gain 2 memory. Very cool card. Unfortunately, it wasn't good enough to go in our Beastkin Pauper deck because we really wanted to make sure that we could get value on that Makiko Date and the other the Pulsemons that could like search and stuff, which is overall better than this. This is far too conditional to get consistent value out of it. Bulkmon, opponent's turn while you have 3 or more security cards, this Digimon gains blocker. No, this is why some of these ones just aren't being played, because the newer ones are like, if you have 3 or more, do this. If you have 3 or less, do this. Which means that if you do sit on that 3 memory, you get 2 bonuses. These are like, if you sit at 3 memory, get 1. So it's just, they're not super great. I mean, giving blocker is okay as well, especially in yellow. Like, blocker in yellow isn't all that common, but yeah, not a great card. Not a great card. Philmon, main Digiburst 2. So by trashing 2 of its Digivolution cards, activate the effect below. One of your opponent's Digimon gets security attack -2 until your opponent's next turn. These cards, I really want to work with this particular lineup of cards because I feel like they would be super fun to play with the yellow training rookies in EX9, because you can just train for a couple of turns and then use these Digibursts. So we'll see if I make a deck with that. But I also liked it, just the Phil Harrismon line in general. Very cool. Kazemon, Digivolving from a Tamer. It's a level 3. Yellow, yep. Cool. No inherited. It's kind of boring. Zephyrmon, same thing. Digivolve sideways on a level 4. If a hybrid or Zoe is in its Digivolution cards, all your opponent's all of your security Digimon get plus 3k. It's okay, I guess. Most yellow decks caring more about like adding security and like recovery and stuff. Giving your Digimon plus 3k is not really relevant when you have a lot of blue decks that have jamming, and then all of your red decks have much higher DP on average, and your black decks usually have some sort of like protection built into them too, so I'm not very invested in this card. Beltmon, opponent's turn. When an opponent's Digimon attacks a player, if you have 3 or more security cards, unsuspend this Digimon. It's pretty cool. That's okay. Obviously, this works well if you have the Bulkmon under, because then it'll have blocker. But again, these cards are just a little underwhelming. Jet Sylphmon, when one of your tamers, yada yada yada. If a card with hybrid in its traits in this Digivolution's recover 1, I do believe this card is limited. Or just outright banned. I'm pretty sure it's limited. But not a bad card. Not a bad card. Again, you'd have to build around the hybrid trait to generate its just when Digivolving recover 1. But yeah, it's okay. But again, it's a level 5 with no inherited, which is just not where we want to be right now. Stiflemon or Stieflemon. I like the idea of being called Stiflemon, but it's probably Steffel. 3 cost, 8k, 7k, 8 cost, 7k Digi. If this Digimon has 1 Digivolution card, you may place up to 2 level 4 or lower yellow cards from your hand at the bottom of this Digivolution's cards in any order, then draw one for each Digimon card you place. Really, really cool card. Again, another reason why I kind of want to play with the trainers, the training Digimon, because they like the training Patamon has that one specifically doesn't have training, but like it has barrier as an inherited, which is really nice. And then you can play some of the other Harrismons and stuff. Um, but yeah, really cool card. Your turn. When this card is trashed due to activating a Digiverse, one of your Digimon gains set +1 for the turn. Unfortunately, I don't believe we have a level 6 with Digiburst that is format legal. So, unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Our Rasenmon, BT7 super rare, very, very pretty card. Love the card. Love the alt art specifically. This thing looks sick. Kazuchimon, super rare. Ancient Kazemon. We got Gotsumon, common. On play, reveal green Digimon card from your hand if you do place it on top of your deck. It's a green rock card. Very hard to splash in rocks. Only activates on play, no inherited. Putting one green Digimon from your hand back on top of your deck, you're going negative. This is obviously meant to be for the green gacha deck, but even in the green gacha deck, I just don't think this card's all that great. Betamon, a rare, a very, very strong card. I love this card, but it's a rare and we can't play it, which is sad. I love the... Look at this art. It's so gorgeous. Probably, like, up there with my Harris one. I love both of their arts so much. Really, really cool. Really cool art. Tortomon, vanilla, Digivolution cost of 2. When attacking, you may reveal one green Digimon card from your hand, place it on top of your deck to have this Digimon get +3k for the turn. See, now at least we have here a Digimon that, it might be doing the same thing as the Gotsumon, but we're getting a 3k buff out of it, which isn't all that bad, especially if you're playing it in a green deck where if you have 11k bodies, you might have a +1k inherited, and then you've got this 3k as well, so you're going up to 15, 16k, so makes your green swings a bit stronger. Beetlemon Digivolving on a green tamer, cost of 2 as well. Reveal top 5 cards, add a card with hybrid in its traits and a JP. We don't have a legal JP, but adding a card just with hybrid is pretty good. And placing the remaining cards at the bottom. It's a level 4 green Cyborg, which is really interesting. No inherited, sadly. Metal Kabuterimon, Digivolving onto one of your green tamers for a cost of 2, sorry. Digivolves on a level 3 for 3, or sideways for 1. When Digivolving with a card with hybrid in its trait, so our Beetlemon, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon with 6k or less. Yeah, it's not bad. Again, it's level 4 with Cyborg. It's interesting. I have tried cooking with it. Monochromon, Digicost of 2, 8k DP on a level 4 is pretty crazy. Big vanillas, man, big boys. Again, no inherited, a little lackluster. Yeah. Sadly, Ankylosaur, it's not a dino, so it can't be added off most of our things. If we get Ankylosaur, might be okay. Mame Tyramon, play cost 5 on a level 5, very low. 5k body, Digicost of 3. When attacking, reveal top 3 cards of the deck. You may Digivolve this card into a green level 6. Among them without paying its memory cost. Place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. Here comes our green gacha level 5s. And this is where the deck goes into its like win cons. You swing with this, you trigger your Agumons to flip the card, check if you like it. If not, then you bottom deck it, and then you check the 3 with this. Hopefully you see a level 6 and then you Digivolve into it for free, so you're not swinging with a little 5k body, you're swinging with like an 11k that you just Digivolved into. I really like Mame Tyramon. I've tried building this in Constructed. It's very fun, but it's just not good enough for Constructed. In Pauper, we could probably get something going with this. Haven't tried building one around Pauper yet. Let me know if you want to see something like this in Pauper. It'd be fun. I'd enjoy doing it. Triceramon BT7, Ultimate Champion, Vanilla, not going to do much. Not all that special. Yeah. Rhino Kabuterimon. One of your Digimon with the Tamer card, its Digivolution card Digivolves into this card, reduces cost by 2. When attacking, if a card with Hybrid or Insectoid in its traits is in this, that's a pretty cool condition here. Very easy to fulfill. Not so much the Hybrid, but the Insectoid. This Digimon can Digivolve into a Digimon card with the Insectoid or 10 Warriors trait in your hand with for a memory cost of 3. So it's basically got a X antibody trigger stacked onto it. Most of your insectoids, if anything, are going to cost 3 to digivolve into as a level 6. So it's just allowing you to digivolve at like flash speed on when attacking. So I mean, okay, cool. But again, level 5, no inherited, not great. Sableo, when digivolving, this Digimon gets 5k DP for the turn and on deletion gain 2 memory. This is really cool. Really cool. Sadly, it's an ancient animal. It doesn't really combo with anything in terms of its trait. 15k for the turn that you summon it means, or digivolve into it means it's a big body for one turn, and then the second your opponent gets a swing, they kill it on the crackback. So it's a little underwhelming. A rare, super rare, a rare, a rare. Monotomon, reveal top 3, add a card with Nightmon in name or Deadly Axemon. I'll just say this is it's a fine card for the deck. I have tried building around Deadly X and Nightmon and stuff. Good for the archetype. Again, sadly, no inherited. It's a rare. Deadly Axemon on play. On play. This is very important. On play, reveal top 5 cards of the deck. Add up to 2 cards with Nightmon in their names among them to your hand. Place the remaining at the bottom of the deck in any order. I really like this card, especially because of its combo with combo potential with Pride Memory Boost. This is a play cost level 4, play cost 4 level 4 that can dig 5 cards and add 2 cards to hand. Big value, big value. It is very weak. It's only a 3k body on a level 4, but it's whatever. It's fine. If it gets you, if it can add 2 cards to hand off a Pride Memory Boost, I'm all for it. Grumblemon, digivolving onto a Tamer for a digicost of 2. Same for your Gigasmon, digivolve cost of 3, and it has blocker. No inheritance. Opponent's turn. While you have another Digimon in play with the X antibody in its traits, or a card with the X antibody in its traits, this Digimon gains blocker. I tried playing this in Constructed. The card's just, no, it's not all that great. It's kind of mid. I don't see you being able to play a great Darugamon deck in Pauper because a lot of the good parts are rare and high. Dark Knight, super. Ooh, very nice. Altar. Doru Grey, this one I believe is limited and for good reason. You may place a black card with the X antibody and traits from your hand at the bottom of this Digimon's evolution cards to prevent effects from deleting it or reducing its DP until your opponent's next turn ends. Very, very strong. And your turn, while this Digimon has X antibody in its traits, it gains Sec +1. So if your level 6 has X antibody, it's just a Sec +1. And because you can actually put a Doru Greymon under into the stack with this own effect, so you just stack Doru Greys, you get multiple Sec +1s in a single stack. So yeah, very, very strong. Level 5, limited to 1, good reason why. Doragora, Ancient Volcanomon. Here we go. Ancient Mineral, 10 Warriors. The Digivolve 3, and you may play 1 black level 4 or lower card with hybrid and its traits from your hand without paying memory costs on deletion. I like this card. The only problem with it is it's very high Digivolution cost. The Digivolution cost makes it very, very hard to justify wanting to play it. If we can figure out a way to reduce it without having to use 2 memory boosts, I will probably try and cook around it. But at the moment, it's just a little hard to build with. It just because of its Digivolution cost. Very, 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 very expensive. Ghostmon, it's literally just a vanilla. It is so bad. Here's what I was talking about earlier about your rookies that like 5k DP play cost of 3. That's abnormally high, but you're gonna have to pay 1 to digivolve in back, and you don't really want to. Lotmon is a rare, very nice altar. Icemon scatter mode on deletion, draw 3, trash 2. It is limited. It's a very good card. I have been cooking with this. That's all I'm going to say. Wendigo, you may reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, trash all Tamer cards among them, similar to the Kokomon egg. It's interesting, and once per turn when you play a Tamer, draw 1. It's like, okay, why would I want to be trashing them if I want to play them to draw 1? Like, this kind of conflicting. yeah, interesting card, but I don't think it's super great. Lomon, all of our like every single color got one of our hybrids. And another Eismon, when you trash this card in your hand using one of your effects, if Scatter Mode was in your trash, you may play it for free. And for each Eismon Scatter Mode in your trash, this Digimon gets plus 2k. So if you're playing a purple trash deck, you could probably just play one copy of each of these because they're both limited to one. And you could get some decent value out of it. This is just a free level 4 usually, if you can trash it, and it's going to be at least a 7k. Possibly more if you play more other scatter modes, like different scatter modes anyway. Kaiser Leo, digivolving for a cost of 2 on one of your tamers. Reduced cost, sorry. When digivolving, if a card with hybrid and traits or Koichi, I don't believe we have a Koichi in the format, so just hybrid. This Digimon's going to gain retaliation. Yeah, it's okay. It's whatever. Again, these level 4 sideways Digivolutions are a bit mediocre. We have level 5 Antilamon, mono purple. Play a purple tamer card with play cost 3 or less from your trash without paying its memory cost. So there we go. We trash our rookies. We go into our level 4. We end up playing this, and then our level 4 sees our level 5 playing a tamer, and we draw 1, and then we get a free tamer. This might be okay. Like, you could probably play this with the hybrid, the purple hybrid stuff. If they die, then you go into this line, and then you might get back a tamer or two. And maybe, I don't know. Remon. Reduce the cost of 2. This is the reduced cost of 2. If a card with hybrid and traits is in this Digimon's Evolution cards, you may play a purple tamer card from your trash without paying its memory cost. Again, it's this one's not too bad. We've got some decent purple memory cards like our Violet, Alice, Jimmy Ken, I guess, is a decent one. I don't know if you'd play Jimmy Ken with these cards, but especially if you've got Violet as your memory setter. But yeah, who knows? Could probably cook with it. I think that one's okay. 8 cost, 8k body, Digicost 3. When effects trash this card from your hand using one of your effects. When you trash this card using an effect, draw 1. And when attacking, you may trash a card in hand to gain a memory. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's alright. Dark Dragon type, which is relevant with some of the newer support pieces that are coming out. It's a little underwhelming in terms of on-body board presence, but that's okay. Nidhoggmon, when you trash this card from your hand using one of your effects, gain a memory, very strong. And when digivolving, trash one card in your hand to delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon, which is also very strong. It's an 11k body, Digicost 3, another Dark Dragon. This is a pretty good contender for like a top end purple piece. Very strong in dark animal lists and stuff. Very cool card. Some rares. Neomon, on play a tamer card with an inherited effect from your hand without paying the cost. This is basically just going to be a really good card for Constructed because we don't have a lot of tamers with inheriteds that are viable in the pauper format. Pokemon, reveal top 5, add a card with hybrid or 10 warriors and 1 tamer, and once per turn when one of your tamers digivolve, gain 2 memory. A cool effect. Again, I just don't think it's going to be super strong or relevant in this current format, especially because we can't even digivolve onto it, like in raising. So yeah, Boko, cool card, but unfortunately probably not all that great. Systemon Blanc Awakened, a rare. Systemon CL Awakened, a rare. Eosmon, we've already played, built a deck around our Eoses. All your other Eos get plus 1k. And on deletion, play level 5 or lower Eosmon from your hand without paying its memory cost. Pretty cool. Takuya, a rare. Tomihimi, a rare. Koji, a rare. Zoe, a rare. JP, a rare. And this is the unfortunate problem with all of our thingos. They're all rares. Kota, Domoto, a rare. Koichi, a rare. Flame, memory boost. We love our memory boosts. Giving one of your Digimon sec plus 1 for the turn, and then by delaying, gain 2 memory. This is our de facto red memory boost in the format. We like Flame memory boost. Fire Drake Strike. Choose one of your Digimon hybrid in its traits. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to the Digimon's DP. And you can play a Takuya from hand or trash without paying the cost. Not great in Pauper. Play cost of 4 just to possibly delete something with less than or equal to. So basically you want a 12k body on board, play cost 4, delete that, their 10k body or something. But like again, I still don't even think it's all that great. And playing Takuya, again, I don't think we have a relevant Takuya in Pauper, so this is just not playable. Giga Storm, delete up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon with AK DPLS. It's okay, I guess. Play cost 7, delete up to 2. This is going to hit most level 5s. And a 7 cost, delete 2 level 5s. Like, I can kind of see this as a decent red version of Heaven's Judgment, but I think Heaven's Judgment just makes this card look really, really weak. Honestly, this feels like what Heaven's Judgment like wants to be, and this is just like kind of yeah. It's okay. It's okay if you can't find. Like I think Gaia Force is just going to be better than this because it's just delete any Digimon. So yeah, it's okay. Not the best though. Blue Hawaii Death. For the turn, one of your Digimon gets plus 3k and can also take your opponent's unsuspended Digimon with no Digivolution cards. That last point is very important to its relevancy. It is a 2-cost option. If it were a 1-cost, I think it would make the card much stronger. I don't know if I want to play this for 2 just to be able to swing at things that have no materials, especially because we can have cards that say, like, when attacking, remove a material. If we cannot attack it before we trash things, it makes it, yeah, it makes this a lot harder to justify playing. No security effect, unfortunately. It just add itself to hand, so it's not even great as a security threat. So Blue Hawaii Death has just made it very difficult to put into lists. You may play a Tamer card or one Digimon card with hybrids trades from one of your Digimon's Digivolution cards as a Tamer or another Digimon without paying its memory cost. Kind of cool, but because it's so heavily related to hybrids, it's very hard to justify playing this in your average blue deck. And you can play a Koji from your hand or trash without paying the memory cost. Again, we don't have a relevant Koji, so again, it's just unfortunately unplayable. Tidal Wave, our boy. 7 play cost, choose up to 2 Digimon cards in the Digivolution cards in your Digimon, and play them without paying their costs. Very cool card, very strong card. Something I'll always usually play maybe one of in a blue deck. Waymon, it's cool. I like Tidal Wave. Very cool card. Ultra Turbulence. One of your opponent's Digimon and all of your opponent's security Digimon get plus minus 3k for the turn and add itself to hand. Now, this is actually a pretty cool card. One of your opponent's Digimon and all of their opponent's security Digimon get minus 3k. So, it can kill off a potential rookie and lower all of their security threats. So, if you're playing with an like this with in a yellow aggro deck might actually not be too bad. Again, unfortunately, it's just adding to hand. Yeah, I mean, I could see myself maybe playing with this. That's pretty cool. Electric Rush, one of your opponent's Digimon, one of your Digimon get plus 3k for the turn. Then, if you have 3 security, unsuspend one of your Digimon. Very cool effect. Unsuspending for a cost of 2 in yellow. Again, that conditional if you have 3 security cards. Very hard to justify. Could be playable. Could be playable. It's not bad. Quasilice Blast would be really cool if it weren't an option, weren't a rare. Thunder Laser, if you have a Digimon with Hybrid or 10 Warriors, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, is a 1 cost. Very cool. This is a cool card. If you're playing Hybrid, of course. But it's in green. So you're basically going to have to play the Rhino Kabuterimon online if you want to play this, which is not super great. Dino Memory Boost. 3 cost. When played, suspend an opponent's Digimon on delay, gain 2 memory. It's the only memory boost we can play in green at the moment in the format, which makes it kind of an auto-include. It is not super great. Paying 3 for this to suspend something, to get the true value out of this, you inherently want to have something big already to swing with to get the value out of suspending something. But if you don't have something big to swing with, then your suspending something doesn't do anything because you're not going to be attacking and then they just unsuspend during their turn. So it very often just feels like you're just setting up a memory boost for a later turn to gain that 2 memory. So unfortunately, Dino Memory Boost is just not my favorite memory boost in Pauper. Mugen, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. It doesn't unsuspend during an opponent's unsuspend phase. And security, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Cost of 4 kind of ruins it a little bit. If it was a cost of 3, I'd probably like it a bit more. It's pretty good, all things considered, because it's still a security threat. Being able to get rid of an attacker or a blocker on when checked is not bad. And there's a very pretty gold version of this card. So, yeah. We have Metal Cannon, which is rare, unfortunately. Prime Memory Boost, our boy Prime Memory Boost. Oh, my God. Revealing top 3, you may play a black Digimon card with a play cost of 4 or less from among them without paying the costs, then trash the rest, and on delay gain 2. See, now this, even though you're technically gambling, seeing the top 3, the value you get out of this is much higher. Being able to play a 4 cost for free and then gaining the 2 memory later, very, very strong. Whereas Dino Memory Boost, hey, get to suspend something. Like, okay, cool. Like, very little value. And of course, it shows how deadly Axemon there. This is cool. Prime Memory Boost, probably one of my favorite memory boosts. So, yeah. Brave Metal, delete an opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 6 or less. If you have a Digimon with 5 or more Digivolution cards and X antibody and its traits, you may delete one of your opponent's Digimon without X antibody and its traits instead. It's okay. Again, it's big in stacks decks, but it's probably not going to see too much play in Pauper because it's just way too conditional. Calling from the Darkness, a Pauper staple, delete and a constructed staple. 1 cost, delete one of your Digimon, then return up to 2 purple Digimon cards from trash to hand. You do not need a Digimon on board to trigger to play this. It's just delete one of your, then return up to. It's not if you may, or if you do return up to. So yeah, pretty cool card, and adds itself to hand in security when security checked. So yeah, good card, good card. Schwartz Lehartz, for each Digimon with hybrid in its traits, and each tamer you have in play, delete when your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. And security, activate this card's main effect. Now, if you could play a purple heavy tamer deck, this actually might not be too bad, as maybe a 2 of maybe. I don't like effects that limit just to level 5 because obviously level 6 threats are the biggest threat in this format. It can hit pretty much, it can obviously hit everything else, but yeah, the not hitting level 6s does kill this card a little bit. Dead or Alive is a rare, Evolution Ancient is a rare, and I do believe, Lucemon, Chaos Mode is our secret. Nice alt art. Susanoo as our secret. I do like the art for this one. Oh, that alt art's very pretty. Very pretty. I haven't seen that before. And we are back at the end. So, all in all, I would like to say that despite all the irrelevant vanilla hybrid stuff, BT7 just has so many bangers, so many good cards that make the deck or make the set really good to play with. If you can buy a box, or if you don't have the bulk laying around, if you want to open up a box, I see boxes of BT7 going for like 40 to 50 Australian at the moment. So if you could get it for about that price, you're probably getting about a play set of every common and 2 to 3 copies of each uncommon. You can get a lot of good value if you're deck building in this particular box. So yeah, all in all, I'd probably have to give this set a really solid 8.5 out of 10. Thank you very much in the background. Yeah, definitely a good 8.5 out of 10. BT7 is really, really strong as a set for deck building. And it gets bonus points because of the Waymon stuff. It's got our memory boosts. It's got so many good pieces for deck building. You can't really go wrong with it. And yeah, that's my BT7 Pauper review. Thank you very much for watching. I know this has been a very long one. All of these are going to be because I'm going to be talking in depth about every single card that I can. And yeah, hope to see you guys in the next video. Ta-ta.